Get ready to keep up with all the changes when it comes to projecting the top 32 picks in the 2019 NFL Draft. In Sporting News' previous mock draft, we were not sure what underclassmen would declare themselves eligible, and we did not know whether Oklahoma Heisman Trophy-winning quarterback Kyler Murray would make himself available to pro football. We also did not know the directions a fourth of the NFL's teams would go with their coaching staffs. In the weeks ahead, much will fluctuate as prospects see their stock rise or fall based on their performances in All-Star game practices. Then will come the NFL's scouting combine and pro days to shake up the board even more. The one thing we do know, the order of picks 1 to 28, in which the Raiders will make all three. Looking for the next update to come after the Senior and Super Bowls. NFL Mock Draft 2019 1. Arizona Cardinals, Quinnen Williams, DT, Alabama. The Cardinals need to rebuild defensively along the line and at wide receiver for new coach Cliff Kingsbury, but the value at the top of the draft is at defensive line, where they can bolster their front for Vance Joseph. The new defensive coordinator inherits a stud edge rusher for his 4-3 defense in Chandler Jones, but this is a chance for Steve Keim to get a massive, 6'4", 295 pounds, explosive inside disruptor. It's hard to ignore Williams' Aaron Donald-like upside after his meteoric rise through his final college season. To San Francisco 49ers, Nick Bosa, to Ohio State. If the Cardinals take Bosa, then the 49ers might end up with a tough decision between Williams and edge rusher Josh Allen. And in that case, they could shop this pick. Bosa, however, would be a no-brainer if he falls them. Pro Bowl tackle DeForest Buckner had a breakout pass rush season, and fellow first-rounder Solomon Thomas found another gear after he slid inside. Bosa is a sleek edge force, 6'4", 262 pounds, with even more upside than brother Joey. 3. New York Jets Jonah Williams, OT, Alabama. The Jets also could use some edge pass rush help for new defensive coordinator Greg Williams in their transition to a 4-3 defense, but the theme of 2019 looks to be helping Sam Darnold turn the corner from promising rookie QB to sensational sophomore passer. His weapons are better than one might think, and wide out is a reach at no. 3. So instead, Mike Maccagnan and Adam Gase can give Darnold a smooth pass protector who also is big enough, 6'5", 301 pounds, to pave the way in the running game. 4. Oakland Raiders Josh Allen, to OLB, Kentucky. John Gruden and Mike Mayock need to think versatile pass rusher first after that spot became a void without Khalil Mack. Allen continues his trajectory as a potentially dominant pro-edge pass rusher. He is loaded with moves to get to the quarterback and has the athleticism to help in second-level coverage. 5. Tampa Bay Buccaneers Greedy Williams, CB, LSU. New defensive coordinator Todd Bowles needs someone he can trust on an island in the back end to help combat the big, fast receivers in the NFC South. Williams is a long, lean cornerback, 6'3", 184 pounds, who has rare speed, quickness and agility for his size. He's not the most physical player, but he's fundamentally sound in coverage, and he uses his length well at the line to break up routes. NFL Draft, all-time greatest draft steals 6. New York Giants Dwayne Haskins, QB, Ohio State. Haskins made a great decision to come out early, because he should be the first QB off the board to succeed Eli Manning. Haskins cemented his stock late in the Buckeye season, when he had some jaw-dropping games with his big arm and downfield accuracy. He has ideal size as a strong pocket passer, 6'3", 220 pounds, with the right dose of athleticism that checks the right boxes for Dave Gettleman. 7. Jacksonville Jaguars Kyler Murray, QB, Oklahoma. The Jaguars are in the process of hiring a new offensive coordinator under Doug Maroney, Mike McCoy, and need to think about how to tailor their offense to Murray's athleticism. They have a good baseline with a solid traditional rushing attack and a versatile receiving core. Murray can play off that well with his passing and running. Murray lacks ideal size and isn't the pocket prototype, but his electric playmaking is attractive enough for him to be drafted earlier than some expect. 8. Detroit Lions Clelin Ferrell. Clemson Ferrell is the best of the Tigers' defensive line prospects, because his size, 6'5", 260 pounds, gives him a high floor as an outside run stopper to add to his explosiveness as a pass rusher. He's the kind of versatile player out of whom Matt Patricia can get the most, and he also fits the Lions' top need. 9. Buffalo Bills Ed Oliver, DT. Houston. The Bills could consider some wide receiver or offensive line help for Josh Allen with this pick, but it would be hard for Brandon Beane and Sean McDermott to pass on Oliver if he's still on the board. Venerable Kyle Williams retired, and 2018 free agent pickup star Latulele was a bust in his first season with the team. Oliver has slipped behind Quinn and Williams with his inside pop, but he's still worthy of the top 10. 10. Denver Broncos Daniel Jones, QB. Duke. The Broncos could go for another supposed veteran solution at QB with the likes of Joe Flacco or Nick Foles. If not, and if they don't trade up, and if both Haskins and Murray are gone, Missouri's Drew Lock and West Virginia's Will Grier also would be in play. Jones, however, is pushing to be the number 3 QB with his all-around, pro-tailored skills to go with ideal size, 6'5", 220 pounds. He also has NFL-friendly tutelage from Peyton and Eli Manning mentor David Cutcliffe. Jones has the mentally and physically tough makeup Denver has been missing at QB. NFL Draft, best first-round pick since 2011. Cincinnati Bengals Devin White, ILB, LSU. The Bengals have been a mess against the run mostly because of the injuries and ineffectiveness from their linebacker core. They need an athlete who can cover a ton of ground against the run and also help them with their weak intermediate coverage. White is easily the rangiest defender in the 2019 class and will be a solid pick for whoever ends up as their defensive coordinator. 12. Green Bay Packers Jachai Polite, OLB, Florida. The Packers, who are keeping their base 3-4 defense with Mike Pettini, desperately need a special edge pass rusher. Although a little undersized at 6'2", 242 pounds, Polite's speed and athleticism are off the charts as a sudden pass rushing freak who channels some of former Gator Javon Curse. 13. Miami Dolphins Rashawn Gary, DT. Michigan. The Dolphins appear set to hire Patriots defensive play caller Brian Flores as their next coach, and they need to go after two versatile players to rebuild their front seven. Gary uses his hands, power and big frame, 6'5", 280 pounds, well to occupy run blockers. He also has some intriguing inside pass rush ability. 14. Atlanta Falcons Dexter Lawrence, DT. Clemson. The Falcons have had success turning to the Tigers for defensive linemen, and they should consider going back to Clemson for big space eater in Lawrence, 6'4", 351 pounds. Grady Jarrett is a priority re-sign for their defensive line before he becomes a free agent in March, but they need a run stuffer to put between him and the edge-rushing Vic Beasley. 15. Washington Redskins Drew Lock, QB, Missouri. The Redskins no longer can consider anything other than a long-term replacement for Alex Smith now that the QB's playing future is in serious doubt after his major leg injury. Lock, a 4-year starter, is becoming a better value at number 15 now that Haskins, Murray and Jones have entered the draft. Lock has the arm to go with ideal size, 6'4", 225 pounds, along with the fearlessness and elusiveness NFL teams like an aggressive passer. NFL Draft, biggest busts in draft history. 16. Carolina Panthers Deontay Thompson, Alabama. The Panthers should be thrilled if Thompson falls to them both for the position he plays and his talent to have a Derwin James-like impact. They had some of the worst safety play in the NFL in 2018, seen mostly in awful coverage of tight ends. Thompson, 6'2", 196 pounds, is the rangy playmaker they need to clean up against the pass, and he's solid in run support too. 17. Cleveland Browns DK Metcalf, WR, Ole Miss. While his college teammate A.J. Brown is the shorter, scrappier playmaker. Metcalf is the classic size speed prospect, 6'4", 230 pounds. That's the kind of outside no. One the Browns offense needs to push the ball better both downfield and in the red zone with Baker Mayfield, especially now that we know their new head coach, Freddie Kitchens, won't be messing with the passing game. 18. Minnesota Vikings Greg Little, OT, Ole Miss. The Vikings suffered from shaky pass protection in 2018, which is part of the reason Kirk Cousins' first season as their starting quarterback ending with a thud. Little, 6'5", 325 pounds, has the agility and athleticism to lock down the blind side for now full-time offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski. 19. Tennessee Titans A.J. Brown, WR, Ole Miss. The Titans saw how special Corey Davis could be in their passing game, but they need a second outside threat to stretch the field. With Davis being the big, physical target, it would be nice to complement him with Brown's speed, quickness and burst after the catch. At 6'1", 230 pounds, he also comes with the toughness Coach Mike Vrabel likes in all of his players. 20. Pittsburgh Steelers Byron Murphy, CB, Washington. The Steelers have Joe Hayden holding down one outside spot, but they could use another smooth, fluid cover man. What Murphy gives up in size and press potential, 5'11", 170 pounds, he makes up for in speed, aggressiveness and ball-hawking skills. NFL Draft, each team's worst ever regret. 21. Seattle Seahawks Zach Allen, Boston College. Allen keeps climbing draft boards as evaluators realize he can be a productive pro player against both run and pass, no matter the position and no matter the scheme. The Seahawks have Frank Clark at one edge, and Allen can be a terrific complement with his ability to slide and play tackle on rushing downs. He has many of the inside-outside qualities of Michael Bennett, only in a bigger frame, 6'5", 284 pounds. If Allen goes higher, Gary would be a good fallback. 22. Baltimore Ravens Montez Sweat, OLB, Mississippi State. Sweat's size, 6'6", 241 pounds, and relentless productivity as an edge pass rusher makes him the ideal successor to Terrell Suggs in the Ravens' steadfast 3-4 scheme. 23. Houston Texans DeAndre Baker, CB, Georgia. The Texans need to prioritize offensive tackle in the draft, but with Jonah Williams and Greg Little gone, it might be a reach for them to take either Oklahoma's Cody Ford or Kansas State's Dalton Risner in the first round. Cornerback is a big rebuilding need, too, and Baker, who plays bigger than his size, 5'11", 185 pounds, can give them the smart, physical press coverage presence they like for Romeo Crennel. 24. Oakland Raiders, from Bears, Kelvin Harmon, WR, NC State. The Raiders need a true outside number one receiver to replace Amari Cooper. Harmon, 6'3", 214 pounds, is the speedy deep threat they have coveted over the years. He also is a savvy route runner and blocker. 25. Philadelphia Eagles David Montgomery, RB, Iowa State. Montgomery, 5'11", 216 pounds, has emerged as a strong prospect because he finishes run strong and has shown some good hands and wiggle as a receiver. The Eagles have been a committee team under Doug Peterson, but injuries and ineffectiveness should make them consider one back who can do it all and complement Carson Wentz on every down. NFL Draft, ranking first-round QBs since 2026. Indianapolis Colts N'Keal Harry, WR, Arizona State. Andrew Luck had a big season despite limited pocket receiver beyond T.Y. Hilton. Harry would complement Hilton as a big, 6'4", 216 pounds, matchup nightmare through the red zone who also can provide another strong intermediate to deep threat. Harry's stock has the potential to shoot up, a la Mike Evans, so Stanford's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside also must remain on the Colts' radar. 27. Oakland Raiders, from Cowboys, Draymond Jones, DT, Ohio State. Should the Raiders secure Josh Allen for the edge earlier in the round, Jones, 6'2", 295 pounds, would be the ideal inside pass rusher to add next. That is assuming Gruden and Mayock can live with the fact that Jones needs some bulking up and coaching to be used on running downs. 28. Los Angeles Chargers, Jerry Tillery, DT, Notre Dame. Tillery has been a beast working his 3 technique at 6'7", 305 pounds. He has matured well with his play and temperament to unleash his pass rush skills. With Corey Liuget hurting and Brendan Mabin aging, the Chargers could use disruptive help inside. Tillery would give them needed extra pop to complement what Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram do off the edge. 29. New England Patriots, Christian Wilkins, DT, Clemson make that 3 members of the Tigers national championship winning defensive line going in the first round. While Farrell is the explosive edge player, and Lawrence the run stuffer, Wilkins, 6'4", 315 pounds, is the most versatile, a trait the Patriots will like at a position of need. 30. Los Angeles Rams, Brian Burns, OLB, Florida State. The Rams need a dynamic edge pass rusher to add punch to Wade Phillips' front 7, especially given their limited returns from mid-season acquisition Dante Fowler Jr. Donald had half of their 41 sacks in 2018, as their outside linebackers provided little punch or production. Burns can change that. 31. Kansas City Chiefs, Trayvon Mullen, CB, Clemson. Mullen saw his stock go down in the middle of the Tigers season as he struggled at times as an O. But his size, 6'1", 194 pounds, speed, length and physicality should allow him to test well and get more attention from scouts. The Chiefs need corner help, and Mullen has the upside to develop into a shutdown type. 32. Green Bay Packers, from Saints, Noah Fant, Iowa. The Packers didn't get the desired results from fading veterans Jimmy Graham and Martellus Bennett over the past 2 seasons. New coach Matt LaFleur's influence will make finding a young, athletic target for Aaron Rodgers a priority. Fant tops the board at the position, just ahead of Missouri's Albert Okwuegbunam.